wiping it down when the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top on the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throwed and blinded my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mad dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm lit it. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Made it, kill it, and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
Not a day in my life. Long as my dogs stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die. We ain't gon' run, no, we gon' hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. As long as my dogs stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die. This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lap. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons in them. Ice cream whip, triple scoop. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna play me, no conversation, ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bed until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check. We ain't gon' run, no, we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Long as my dogs stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die. We ain't gon' run, no, we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. As long as my dogs stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Western Pennsylvania and Heinz Field in the Steel City of Pittsburgh. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between our visitors and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Keep playing hard. Set, cut. Not a whoop. Check, 55 to mine. You ain't doing nothing. You ain't doing nothing today.
They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
What you got?
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and makes creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Off the play fake. Bateman rolling, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13.
55, come on, guys, 55. I got you.
play action. Bateman. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
Ready, break. Leo! I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Now.
Boston Scott, his first carry. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Boy, that is a 7-yard loss. Second down now.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Mark 49. Ready?
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Hey, Orbit. 57's the mic. Rock 57. Watch the curl. Slam. 57's the mic. Let's go. You get it.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Here's 2nd and 8. Looking here for Schmidt downfield. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, L.A. A big play there. His 11th touchdown of the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3-and-out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. Just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3-and-out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3-and-out. I went 3-and-out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a give, right side. It's James. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Thought they were going to force a 4th down. Instead, P.I. gives him the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
They'll run on first down. Scott, and that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
Set 60 Pittsburgh. Hey, Zoo.
Right there, 54, right there, right there. 54 Mike. Here we go, here we go.
Second and 15. Well, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
Here we go. Set. 30 base.
Check. Watch 54, watch 54. Hey, pick your game up. Check.
61. Matchbox lights. 5.
On first down, James. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 12 at the 43-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Here we go on second and 12. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jarrett Davis just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, third and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. That makes him now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on third down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out first and 10. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And all the way down to the 35. A big play there by Gordon. 45 yards. Terrific run from one of the fastest backs in the game today. A guy who keeps defensive coordinators up at night, no doubt.
Remember when we were meeting with the D coordinator before the game and all he talked about was run fits, making sure our guys were in the right place so there were no creases?
They missed their fits, didn't they?
Yeah, there was no fit there. The only fit was at the end when he threw his headset down after that big run.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time. Really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
4 yards, the pickup, first down.
Check back.
On first down, Bateman. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle. And frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play-action fake.
So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Tackle. Hey, Mike 20, Mike.
Looking to throw. Bateman. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And a big gain that time. He's out of bounds. And what'll be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Check. Rock it. Check that. Get it.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd and 14.
Set, ready? 60 or. Ricky. Hey, Alpha. One set. Let's go.
They'll drop the throw. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to have to put a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
12 yards on the return that time, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Charger drive about to get going. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
That first down completion only netted them 3. 2nd and 7.
Let's go. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55. And I'm coming after you.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Complete. It's Johnson. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is. His ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
Now Gordon on 1st down. And he's got some space here. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Henderson now on 1st and 10. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
That's what I do. Mike 20.
To throw on 2nd down. Bateman. And he's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. A 7-yard touchdown grab. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. On second down now, it's Scott. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On play action, they'll throw. They'll roll him out right. And now he's going to use his legs. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. On second down, it's James. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
And they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it blitz coming and down he goes. Jared Davis able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. They'll buy some time right. Now he's going to let it go deep. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Desmond King picks it, so they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
When a holding penalty sets them back inside the 20 as they get going on this drive. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
You got 3 down. Mike 55, Mike 55. Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball.
Looking to throw on second down. Bateman. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Mike, 55. Check 55, Mike. I'm here all day. Check 43.
Operating from the gun, Bateman. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
Back to throw. Bateman. And this one complete to Smith. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Bateman, he's going to air one out. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
Throwing again. Bateman. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter.
I got motion. 55's my guy.
The final shot before break. Bateman. And that will be incomplete. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or do they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. 2nd and 3. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now back to throw. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He's going to find his tight end. That's Chris Herndon. And he's got this down to the 35. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
Go! Look at me, zipper!
Man, move it. You got to get that. 57's the
Big rip!
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 9 at the 14-yard line.
Hey! High 7!
57's the mic.
2nd down and inches. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Watch left, watch left. He's stop right there. 3 down, 3 down. Check.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down, 3 yards in the wrong direction. Out is Carlson now for the Raider field goal. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
Throwing on 1st down. Bateman airing it out deep for... He's got him in. Complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. It's a gain of 35. Well, you had all halftime to think about what you wanted to do to start the second half. They came out with a big one.
Does that not beg the question? What was happening in the other locker room at halftime? Was that the one play they didn't cover as a possibility? Because they just gave up a big game.
They'll run on 1st down. Gordon. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me. 43 is the mic. Yo. Mike's 43. Mike's 43.
Off play action. Bateman. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
When teams take shots at the end zone, you've got to defend it the same way you would defend the 1st down sticks. You defend the goal line exactly the same way. They can't cross that. You play through the receivers. Now, on that play, that's exactly what they did and batted it away.
This is Johnson. He's got it. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Elliott now to add the extra point. And it is now 21-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Got it.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jared Davis. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. From the gun, Bateman. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Bateman. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this will be caught. It's Johnson for the Charger touchdown. A big play there. His second touchdown of the night. And the interception by the Chargers D leads to a touchdown. Elliott good on the extra point, and it is 28-0. This will be taken in at the 1.
The Steelers make the first and 10. Their own 18-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up. Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
You think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. 12 yards that time, but a Pittsburgh first.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. A big play that time on the catch and run. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense, 1st and 10. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready? 149. All right, T, let's go. All right, T. We got double tight. Double tight. Hey, get it.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jatavis Brown. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brent.
And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there for L.A. 58 yards. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and goal.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. Here we go. Hey, Mike 20, Mike 20.
2nd and 13. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Johnson the intended target, but now it's 3rd and goal.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Looking to throw. Bateman. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Look at it, move the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
56. Mike's 56. Strip the ball. Strip that ball. 56. Mike, 56. Right there, right there. 56.
Back to throw. Bateman. And that will be incomplete. Looked like it might have been intercepted, but he's out of bounds. And a good thing, too, probably. That would have cost him yardage. But now they'll get the ball back on the turnover on downs. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Bateman under a heavy run. rush, and down he goes. The Chargers on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Bateman. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. A 12-yard touchdown grab as his guys continue to pour it on. Elliott good with a PAT, and that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production, but how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started. I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 22. And he will score. Touchdown, L.A. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
On the ready.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talked about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah.
Look, squeeze.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Jatavis Brown. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have him set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are...
And this will be caught. It's Johnson for the Charger touchdown. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass, and the Chargers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. On 1st down. It's Scott. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
54, right there. 54
And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
And the Steelers on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further, as they get him down well short of the line to gain. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. He'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position.
Set and read. Watch 85. Exit. Wahoo. Check. Hey. The mic. Check. 55. Jack Rabbit.
On 1st and 10, Bateman trying to lay one up deep into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17, and he'll return it to the 24-yard line. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And this thing gets blown up well behind the line of scrimmage, but the marker is down on the field. Who's this against? That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for second down. On second down, Lynch. He's going to let it fly. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. He's picked off near his own 48. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
56. Check 56. Here we go. Watch out.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. Well executed there on second down, so do you go back to the air on third?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a second time.
Looking to throw. Bateman shakes off the sack. He's going to let this one, and this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Elliott on for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Chargers 56, Steelers nothing. Jake Elliott set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today, coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
A gain there of 21 yards.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss, but with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
And he coughed it up.
Down. And Lobo.
Check.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 30. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Tighten up. Five.
Work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
Break. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
Let's go.
And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining.
18 Gators. Check. Watch 54. Here we go.
36.
Hit it.
On second down now. It's James, and it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play, and that's going to bring up a third down. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for our visitors, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they drop just their second game so far as they fall to 5-2. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore